An estate plan really is a defense of wealth, whatever that wealth is, right? It's one asset, it's 1,000 assets. So it's up to you. Do you want to take control of your legacy? Do you want to take control of your assets? Or do you want to leave it up to the courts? Because really that's the decision that you're making. By failing to have an estate plan, you're allowing another person, a judge, a court, to make the decision on your legacy. There's always two objectives when it comes to estate planning. One is to avoid probate. The other one is to defend or protect assets. And those are always key ingredients when we're developing an estate plan. You will not be able to sidestep probate with a simple will. You also need a trust. A trust is a living instrument. Will, on the other hand, is what happens to your assets after you die. And it ends there, but it will get you into probate, and that's what you want to avoid. A will in isolation is simply not enough. So you want that living document, which is the trust. The guardianship becomes so essential because no one wants to think about it, but what if the parents die? What happens to the children? The instruments that dictate that are absolutely essential if you want to control that. Otherwise, it's going to end up in probate and a court is going to decide what happens to your children. Probate is what happens when you don't properly protect or defend your assets. And what it is the court coming in and deciding what happens after you die because there's really no instructions for your heirs. Probate is tremendously costly. It's expensive to the family. It will be expensive to your heirs. It takes a very long time to address what happens to your assets in the probate court. So you want to avoid that if you can. And you do that through a properly devised estate plan. Our estate planning division is really made up of the thought leaders in this space. They are the avant-garde attorneys who are really the attorneys that other attorneys go to when we're looking at these problems. And so they've made huge advancements in the protection of wealth, the defense of wealth, and the defense of complicated assets or atypical assets. So another unique aspect of our estate planning division is our attorneys are also very well versed in tax. And tax becomes such a critical recipe or element with any estate plan. So you really need not only an attorney who understands the estate planning world, but also in the tax world as well. Ellis Carlson Law does a great job partnering with our clients, looking at what their objectives are, and identifying what they want to have happen to their assets. And once we're able to identify that, we can create the estate planning instruments that really fulfills that ultimate desire.